looking beyond death. In this A Few Minutes with Jesus, if you're just looking at this, as we mentioned in some of the other sessions, just happen to be picking up this particular one, or you're looking at it as a part of our resurrection marathon. So we're in the 22nd chapter, and we're wrapping up with verse 66. It reads like this. At daybreak, all the elders of the people assembled, including the leading priests and the teachers of religious law. Jesus was led before this high council, and they said, "Tell us, are you the Messiah?" But he replied, "If I tell you, you won't believe me, and if I ask you a question, you won't answer. But from now on, the Son of Man will be seated in the place of power at God's right hand, looking beyond death." We've already seen Jesus in this experience with his disciples, and then sharing with them that it was the hour. And then, of course, just prior to this, seeing the cock crow and seeing Peter deny him 3 times, and that Jesus is all alone. But there's no doubt that at this point, his eye is affixed, not only on what he is facing with his captors and with nobody standing with him, but he's looking beyond death at this point. He's looking beyond physical death, there's no doubt. And he knows at this point, when someone has an agenda, and that agenda is your demise, there's no rationale, there's no need of no logic, there's no explanation, there's nothing that's going to get, if he said, "I am the Messiah." I mean, they knew the circumstance. Nicodemus is a testimony that they knew who he was. They knew who he represented. Jesus tells this extraordinary parable of this master who had a vineyard, and he went away and he gave it to one of his stewards, and that the people came and they mistreated each and every one of the stewards when he sent a representative back to see about his vineyard, or see about his land. And then every time they would abuse, even kill in this particular parable, the person that the master sent to see about how his estate was being handled. Finally, the master says, "I'm going to send my son. I'm going to send my son." And in that parable, they say, "Hey, here's the heir. Let's kill him, then we can have it." So the reality is that they already knew who he was. In fact, Nicodemus said, "We know that you've come from God." We is plural. So at this point, there's no logic, there's no rationale, there's no fact and information that's going to change their mind. He knows that. And he is looking beyond death. And that, my brothers and sisters, is the theme perhaps even of the first century church, that those persons who were hung upside down on crosses, those persons who were fed to ravenous animals, they looked beyond death. And that's the level of faith that every believer must reach at some point. God bless and keep. Father, we thank you and praise you, Lord.